Amara had always been told never to answer a knock at midnight, her grandmother used to say, when the clock strikes 12. Not every voice outside belongs to a living person. Amara never believed her until that night. She sat upright in bed, staring at the wooden door across her room. The voice came again. Amara. Her heart began pounding. She slowly reached for her phone. No network. She tried calling her neighbor. The call failed. Then suddenly they went off. The entire house became completely dark. Amara grabbed her phone and turned on the flashlight. She walked toward the door. Then she heard something that made her blood run cold. The sound of her mother's old wooden slippers dragging across the floor outside. Iskrapi. Silence. Iskrapi. Closer. Amara stepped backward. Then her mother's voice whispered, I know you're inside. Amara covered her mouth to stop herself from screaming. She remembered her mother's funeral. She remembered the coffin. She remembered watching them lower her mother into the ground. There was no way that voice could be hers. Then something slipped underneath the door. A small piece of paper. Amara stared at it. Slowly, she picked it up. There were only 4 words written on it. Don't let me in. Amara's hands began shaking. If the person outside was really her mother, who had written the warning. Suddenly, Bungi. The door shook violently. Amara screamed. The voice outside changed. It was no longer gentle. It became deep, distorted, and terrifying. Open the door. Another bang. Bungi. The door cracked. Amara ran toward the back door. But before she could reach it, she heard her mother's voice behind her. This time, it wasn't coming from outside. It was coming from inside the house. Amara. She slowly turned around. Her flashlight flickered, and standing at the end of the hallway was a woman wearing the exact white dress her mother had been buried in. Amara couldn't breathe. The woman smiled, but her feet were not touching the floor. She slowly lifted one hand and pointed toward the front door. Then she whispered, You shouldn't have opened it. Amara looked toward the front door. It was wide open, and standing outside were 3 people. Her mother, her grandmother, and her younger brother. All 3 had been dead for years. They smiled at her. Then they spoke together. Come home. The lights suddenly came back on. Amara was alone. The front door was closed. She ran outside screaming for help. Her neighbors came rushing over. But when they entered the house, they found nothing, except one thing. On the floor, beside Amara's bed, was an old photograph. It showed Amara as a little girl standing between her mother, grandmother, and brother. But something was different. In the photograph, Amara was the only person smiling. Her mother, grandmother, and brother were all staring directly at the camera with terrified expressions. And written on the back of the photograph were 6 words. We have been waiting for her. That night, Amara left the village. She never returned. But, according to the villagers, every night at exactly midnight, someone knocks on the door of the house. Knock, 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 and a woman's voice whispers, Amara, I know you're still listening.